Hello everyone, how are you all? Once again I am back with one more new chapter and I am Nisha, your mentor. Today I am going to start one more new chapter as I promised in my last video that next time I will be coming with one more new chapter and it will be very nice and interesting. So today I have brought such a chapter that you will feel very interesting itself. So before starting the chapter, I would like to tell you the title of the chapter. So today I am going to start the grassland and grassland particularly we will read about prairies. Prairies is the name of a grassland which is located in one of the continent on the earth and the continent's name is North America. Actually beta there are different continents है ना. There are 7 different continents on the earth and each continent is having their own grassland. They have different name, but today we will read about prairies. Prairies is a grassland's name which is found on in North America. So today we will read about the different characteristic of prairies. But before starting anything about prairies, I would like to tell you that what is the meaning of grassland. Because before knowing the meaning of grassland, it is not relevant to read about prairies. So let's start meaning of grassland. Beta, grassland. Now you can see the picture which I have drawn here. This is a random picture of some grasses. So here I am going to talk about grass. Exactly, not about the grass what we having normally in Indian fields. The grasses which I am going to talk here, these are quite different from the what we have near around us on the floor, on the soil. Here I am going to talk about the grasslands. See, grasslands are those areas which are surrounded by long grasses. These grasses are actually very long in size, and the tip means that the pointed side of the grass is very sharp, and these are very long in size. Actually, the grasses which we see normally, these are very small in size. They are not such long. But here the grasses are very long in size and these have very pointed end at the top. So this is all about grasses and the grasslands which is found here. These are wild. Wild means to say that not like the wild animals actually. These are like means very huge, very long in size and very sharp and pointed at the tip. So grasslands are those areas which are very fertile because of the good quality of soil and surrounded with long grasses. So what is the location of the grassland? Grasslands are not found in each and every part, I mean everywhere. They have their own particular location and on their different continents. So what are the location of these grasslands? Actually, grasslands in northern hemisphere, I have written in short abbreviation. In northern hemisphere, beta, on the earth there are 2 different hemispheres. North side, northern hemisphere, and on the bottom southern side, south hemisphere. So here I am going to talk about northern hemisphere. So in northern hemisphere, from Arctic Circle to Tropic of Cancer, actually this area is known as temperate zone. Okay, which zone? Temperate zone. Let's recap about the climatic zone. Just leave this point. Let's recap about climatic zone. In last chapter, we have read about climatic zone, and there are 3 different climatic zones: frigid zone, temperate zone, and third one is torrid zone. So the temperate zone means it means not too hot and not too cold. So grasslands are found in temperate zone, and temperate zones are lying in 2 different hemispheres. First is north temperate zone, northern side, and second is south temperate zone, means in southern side. So here I am talking about northern hemisphere's temperate zone. From northern hemisphere, in northern hemisphere, Arctic Circle, the topmost point, the Arctic Circle to Tropic of Cancer, and in southern hemisphere Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle. So this is the region where grasslands are mainly found. Fine. So if we talk about prairies, prairies is a grassland which I have told in the initial part of the chapter, that prairies is a name of grassland which is mainly found in which continent? South America? No, it is found in North America. Yes, and this grassland, which grassland? Prairies is a grassland which is found in North America. And what is the position? This is found in the middle of the continent. It means, suppose it is a map of North America, a random map I have drawn. So what is the position? Let me draw. See beta, it is the position. Here I said now that prairies is a grassland which is located in the middle of the continent. So it is the middle of the continent where prairies grassland is located. But when you will find other continents, especially about Australia, their continent, in that continent grasslands are located in the bottom, means नीचे की तरफ locate किया होता है, यहाँ इस side में है. So here I am talking about prairies which is located in the middle of the continent. Fine. Now prairies is a word. What is the origin of this word? Which word? I am asking about prairies. What is the origin of this word? Actually beta, this word has been taken from French language. Yes, prairies, yes, this word derived from French word. French is a language of France, from where this word has been taken, and it means meadows. Yes, it means meadows, it means grassland. So the grassland, which name is prairies, it has been taken from the French word which means meadows or grassland. Matlab grassland, that area which is surrounded with long wild grasses. Fine. So now we have done grassland location and location of prairies we have done. Next is what is the origin of the prairies word? So the origin is French language. Fine. Now let's talk about as I told you in the beginning that different continent, different grassland. So here I will make you familiar with the names of the continent along with their grasslands names. So what are these? First continent name is North America, and North America's grassland name is prairies. Fine. As we have different continent, we have different grasslands name. There is not a common name like all continents having the same name. Different continents, different grasslands name. Okay. So next is South Africa, and South Africa's grasslands name is Veld. Okay. Next is Australia. Australia is the name of a continent and its grassland name is Downs. Okay. Next is Asia and Europe. Yes, Asia and Europe, these two continents shares the same grassland. Fine. And the grassland name is, what is? Steppes. Yes, steppes is a grassland which is common in both Europe and what? Asia. Fine. Next is South America. South America, its grassland name is Pampas. Fine. Now let's talk about river. Which river is mainly found here? Actually beta, the river which is mainly found here, it is Mississippi River. Its spelling is little long and little difficult. You can break the word and you can revise again and again. So what is the name of the river found here? River's name is Mississippi River, and it is a very long river found in North America, and this river carries lots of those granules or lots of minerals, lots of good qualities along with it, which makes the soil fertile in itself. So this river is which river? River Mississippi River is one of the best source of water which provide enough North America. And why soil is very fertile, that also I will carry little later. So this is all about river Mississippi. Let's start about climate. In each and every chapter we have read about climate. बेटा हम जब किसी भी टॉपिक के बारे में पढ़ते हैं तब हम उस जगह से रिलेटेड उसकी लाइफ के बारे में, उसकी लोकेशन के बारे में, उसके क्लाइमेट के बारे में, उसकी फिजिकल फीचर्स के बारे में, वहाँ लोग क्या करते हैं, that all we discuss. Why do we discuss? So that we are not going to see the place exactly, but by reading these things we come to know about different features, different characteristics of a place, because these things makes variation between one place to another place, and the variation makes the things interesting. Okay, so let's read about climate. What kind of climate do we find in North America? Where in prairies. Actually the climate is very extreme level, extreme means like it's very hot during summer and very cold during the winter. Yes, when summer falls, the temperature rises up to very maximum temperature, and the maximum temperature then generates heat and it makes the climate daytime very hot. And contrary of this cold winter, as summer falls very high, side by side winters fall very extreme level, means very cold chilly wind blows here. So the climate is mixed climate, very hot and too cold. Next is rainfall. What kind of rainfall is found here? But in last chapter I have told you that in desert area rainfall is very less, scarcity of rainfall, very shortage of water sources. Fine. So these things are not happening here, because this area is not like a desert area. This area is very means good and rich area where we find greeneries. By the name we can conclude that grassland, it means greenery is there. Fine. And how do greenery happens? Greenery only happens just because of good supply of water. Fine. So here we have very good greeneries, and these greeneries are just the result of good rainfall. So the rainfall is very good here. Next is snowfall. Yes, as I said that summers are very hot, and due to hotness it causes evaporation. Evaporation causes precipitation, and this water cycle causes rainfall due to startup of heat. Startup of heat is the major cause which is creating the water cycle, and if water cycle is taking place, definitely rain will fall. Fine. But on the other hand, due to cold winter, snow falls. Exactly, winter is very cold here, very chilly winter is there. Due to its minus point, I mean to say that very low temperature, I should not say minus point, due to very low temperature, it causing snowfall. Snowfall, देखिए ना वो snow is falling, like ice is falling here. That is snowfalls in the winter, and people enjoy snowfall there. Next is vegetation. Yes, what kind of vegetation do we find here? Actually, in the beginning of the chapter, I have said that it is a area which is called grassland. So grassland means greenery. So greenery. What is the reason of greenery? Due to good supply of water. So water is naturally falling here. Very good amount of rainfall is there. So there is no scarcity of water supply. There is no scarcity, shortage of water. So the fields, yes, agricultural fields are watered properly, and by very less human efforts, these are watered by natural sources like rainfall. So vegetation, climate and soil is suitable for growth of grasses. Very good vegetation is found because climate is very good for growing different kinds of crops, and soil. Yes, second plus point is soil of this place is very good quality soil which let the crop pop up and grow into different stages. So here we can see that both the climate and soil has very good friendship with each other, and they are resulting in good production of crops. Yes, one more thing I would like to add here, that North America, yes, it is the continent which is known as wheat basket of the world. Yes, it is the largest producer of wheat. Yes, because the soil is very fertile, very it produces wheat in very large quantity. और लोग यहाँ क्या करते हैं, फार्म फील्ड से wheat स्टोर करके बहुत बड़े बड़े मल्टी स्टोरेड, यस नॉट अ बिग कंटेनर, इवन मल्टी स्टोरेड कंटेनर में उसको स्टोर करके रखते हैं एंड दे आर एक्सपोर्टिंग टू डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंट्रीज. सो वी कैन से दैट नॉर्थ अमेरिका इज वन ऑफ द wheat basket of the wheat bowl of the world due to fertile soil. बेटा जब soil fertile नहीं होगी तो वो crop कहाँ से grow करेगी. So this you can see, you just have a glance on it, one by one you read everything, and this is all about the basic information of grassland. And now we are going to complete about. Now let's we talk about what kind of wildlife do we find here. In every chapter regarding any place, any part of the world, we are reading, we are learning, we are knowing about the different topic related to the place. Today we have started about prairies, and we have read lots of things about prairies, its location, meaning of the prairies, different types of continent with their different grasslands name. Fine. So as usual we will read about what kind of wildlife do we find here. It means that life of the people we are reading, we are knowing about different places, but along with life of the people we will read about what kind of wildlife do we find here. So wildlife, animals adapted to the climate of the prairies who are found here. Actually बेटा क्या होता है कि यहाँ का जो क्लाइमेट है जो बहुत ही गर्म है गर्मी में, समर्स में, और जो बहुत ही ठंडा है विंटर्स में, इवन समटाइम्स स्नो इज फॉलिंग हियर. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द सच ए ह्यूज वेरिएशन इन द क्लाइमेट, समटाइम इट इज वेरी हॉट, समटाइम इट इज वेरी कोल्ड. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द वेरिएशन इन द क्लाइमेट एनिमल्स हैव अडेप्टेड, उन्होंने अपने आप को एडजस्ट कर दिया, अडेप्ट कर दिया है इस तरह के इन्वायरमेंट में, इस तरह के क्लाइमेट में सर्वाइव करने का. सो वी फाइंड हियर प्रेरी डॉग. डॉग इज फाउंड हियर बट दैट इज ऑफ डिफरेंट स्पीसीज. It is prairie dog, hawks, falcon and quail. These are some different animals which are wild and these are found here. Next is natural resources. So before starting what kind of natural resources are found, I would like to tell you the meaning of the natural resources. Beta, resources are those things which are helpful for the living of people, to run a life of a people. हमारे रोज की लाइफ में बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो हमें ज़रूरत होती है ना. वी नीड लॉट्स ऑफ थिंग्स. सो हाउ डू वी फुलफिल आवर रिक्वायरमेंट? वी फुलफिल आवर रिक्वायरमेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिसोर्सेज व्हाट वी गेट एवरी डे. फाइन. सो दीज रिसोर्सेज आर ऑफ टू टाइप्स. वन इज नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज एंड सेकेंड इज artificial resources. So in our daily life we are using these two resources 100%. Yes, we cannot stay away from the natural resource, we cannot stay away from artificial resource. Now come to the point, natural resource. I am talking about this one. Natural resources are those resources which is created by God, which has created itself naturally. There is the zero efforts of human being. इनको बनाने में, नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को बनाने में ह्यूमन बीइंग का इतना कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं होता. इट इज़ ऑल क्रिएटेड बाय नेचर. ये नेचर में अपने आप ही डेवलप होती है और अपने आप ही ये डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाती है. लाइक सन इज राइजिंग. सन को किसी ने बनाया है? नो. मून इज राइजिंग. सो मून को किसी ने बनाया है? नो. रेन इज फॉलिंग. हमने क्या रेनफॉल करवाई? नो. सो दीज आर ऑल नेचुरल थिंग्स. सो दोज थिंग्स which are happening in the nature, they are created automatically and they are destroyed automatically. So we don't have any contribution in it. Fine. But हाँ, अगर आपको बहुत गर्मी लग रही है और आप AC ऑन करना चाहते हैं तो डेफिनेटली ये नेचुरली तो ऑन होगा नहीं. It will need human efforts. Fine. So that time what do we have to do? What you are doing? You are keeping the remote control in the hand and you are switching on the your air conditioner and you are enjoying. Because air conditioner is not created by nature. It is all created by human efforts. So बोला ना कि सनराइज के बिना हम नहीं रह सकते, हम रेनफॉल के बिना हम नहीं रह सकते. वो हमारी लाइफ का बहुत ज़रूरी पार्ट है. और AC के बिना भी नहीं रह सकते. दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ इफ इट इज अवेलेबल. बट आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू एग्जाम्पल. इट इज नॉट indispensable part of our life. So natural resources, come to the point. Natural resources are those resources which is created by nature, destroyed automatically. And what kind of natural resources are found long time, taking process, taking millions of years. So this is all natural process. Now wind power, this we have done. Wind power, what is wind power? Actually beta, there I am connecting wind power with electricity. Fine. Wind energy, the wind which is blowing in an open area of North America or prairie season, thereby the heavy flow of blow of wind energy, it is converted into the energy and it is used for electricity, for producing electricity. So wind power is also used in prairie region. Right? Next is economy. Yes, economy. What do people do to live their life? सबको कुछ ना कुछ काम करना पड़ता है, because occupation is that which pay us, by which we get money, and without money, without finance, it is very hard to live a life. So everyone must work, everyone must be paid for work even. So what do they do? People who are living in prairies, what do they do for living their life? Some are into the business, some are into farming, some are into any official work, fine, some are into any profession. But here I am mainly talking about agriculture is the main occupation of people living in North America, in prairie region especially I am talking. There is a good reason. Why? Because prairie is that part of the grassland which is very fertile, which is very good, rainfall is very good, soil is very fertile. So everything is having a very good combination in itself. So people are mainly dependent on agriculture. So agriculture is the main occupation of people living in prairie region. Fine. Homestead. What is homestead? Homestead means such a kind of a farmhouse. Farmhouse आपने देखा होगा ना कि बहुत बड़ा एक खेत होता है, बहुत बड़ा एक फील्ड होता है जहाँ पर थोड़ी रहने की जगह भी होती है, कैटल्स भी रखे जाते हैं. So similarly, homestead means a farmhouse where people are living. Farmhouse है बहुत बड़ा, वहाँ पर जिनका farmhouse है वो रह रहे हैं फैमिली के साथ में, and along with family they are living their life, and part of them in the remaining area they are keeping their cattle. Okay, so everything is done at the one place only. Family is there, farmhouse is there, animals is there, so everything is taken care by them very nicely. So they don't need to move here and there, they are all spending their life in the farmhouse only. Next is ranches. Ranches means again a big farm. Ranches are an open wide area. It is similar to a big farm where people are keeping their animals, and animals are fed there. Animals are reared, sorry not fed, they are reared there, they are kept there, and breeding also. So means all like it is an open area or space which is for animals. So people are doing all these activities in ranches. Ranches are very big and wide area found in North America. So this is all about what I have talked regarding prairies. I hope you have understand. So once you see this area, you read one by one, and main key points I have explained, main key points I have written. Now you see that what I have written, and you just try to recall that what explanation I have done. Just you go through these words. Well, now I hope that you have seen. Once again, I would like to say that this chapter is very easy, very interesting, and if you find any problem, if you have any question, if you have any doubts, if you have any जो समझ में नहीं आया, I am there to help you. You can drop your question in the comment box. You can ask me, and once again, I would like to say lots of huge thanks to you children, because you makes me to be prepared for you with some new ideas. Always I try to get some new ideas for you so that your understanding can become better than earlier. So I hope this time I have done successfully, and let's meet in next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.